Greetings to everyone. Grand Rising. This is Chief Kalanago Flying Eagle with another video. Man, listen, I gotta be consistent with these videos because we are living in some troubling times. It's a beautiful time to be alive, but at the same time, it is one of the most challenging times to be alive. So, with that being said, I want to acknowledge the great spirit, universal intelligence. I want to acknowledge my ancestors, and I really want us to. There are some things that we got to do. Some things we need to do. Family, do me a favor, please. Go ahead and share this video, man. Listen, share this link with as many people as you can. All right, because we are at war. You see what I'm saying with the principalities and powers. All right, and we have to realize how serious this is. Now, let me just give you guys some time to get into this while we all right. Let me give you guys some time to get into this so that we are able to make this thing happen. All right. Give you guys some time while I look up something. All right. Give me a second here. All right, guys. Please share this, man. Get as many people as possible on this call. All right, as many people as possible. You want to get as many people as possible. All right, I'm looking for something here. All righty. Okay. But anyway, I guess I'll probably just do that in another video. But I wanna get into some serious things here for a second. Okay. If you guys are with me, go ahead and do me a favor, please. Go ahead and type some ones in the chat if you could hear me. I just want to make sure the sound is good. I just want to make sure the sound is good. Make sure the sound is good. All right. Make sure the sound is good. I need some assistance from you guys, please. Because this video is extremely extremely important. Just all right, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. So, guys, I'm gonna share a video with you. Okay, and I want you guys to share this video because this is serious. This is absolutely serious. And I'm gonna show you some ways, okay, that you could protect yourself from catching that plague. But this is physical and both spiritual at the same time. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and share this video. I hope the so-called powers there be don't prevent me from sharing this. Okay. So let me go ahead and share this and pay attention, please. Okay. So, like I said, share this on your respective videos. Okay. Let me see if I could get in here. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. Now let me just go ahead and make sure I'm able to. All right, beautiful. Okay, let's go.
Recovery rate from the viral infection. Now, the people who have severe illness from the viral infection, what causes those symptoms is the S protein, the spike protein that's on the outside of the virus. And it's the spike protein that adheres to the ACE2 receptors. So what I'm saying is that even the people who got sick from the COVID-19 virus itself, the part of the virus that made them sick was the S protein. So now, the people who got vaccinated, every cell in their body is now manufacturing the S protein. See, in the beginning, I had it wrong. I thought it was necessary for them to manufacture the whole virus in their body. I didn't understand that all of the pathophysiology was caused by the spike protein. So all of the vaccinated people are manufacturing billions, trillions of copies of this S protein. And it is in their breath when they breathe out, so other people can inhale it. It comes through the skin, so if you touch them, then you can be infected, not with the virus, but with the protein. Certainly body fluids contain the spike protein. I was looking at a report yesterday. I believe the number was 905 babies who were being breastfed by vaccinated mothers have died. And the cause of death is overwhelming inflammation, because that's what the S protein does. It causes inflammation throughout the body. It adheres to the ACE2 receptors. The ACE2 receptors are found on the inside lining of blood vessels, arteries, and veins, and certainly inside the lining of the heart. There is no part of the body that does not have blood vessels. So there is no part of the body that does not have ACE2 receptors. So wherever there are ACE2 receptors that interact with an S protein, there you will have severe inflammation. That inflammation can do many things. So 86% of young people who are vaccinated, they begin to have inflammation in the brain, and of course they experience what's called migraine headaches and other symptoms related to brain function, and also behavior changes. If the inflammation is in the heart, that's called myocarditis. And many young people are suffering from myocarditis when they don't know, because they haven't been told yet. The endpoint for myocarditis is a heart transplant. Their heart muscle is being destroyed. So wherever the inflammation is in the liver, how about the spleen, which manufactures blood? And so one of the long-term, not so long really, but one of the not immediate effects of the vaccination process is the destruction of the ability to make blood. And then the blood that is in the body is affected by the fact that the spike protein itself is magnetic. Not only is it an infectious protein, and you can look this up, infectious proteins are called prions, P-R-I-O-N. So the S protein is a prion, an infectious protein. But not only is it infectious, it's magnetic. And so people who have been vaccinated, they become magnetic. So it's like the X-Men. There was a character called Magneto, and he could attract things through magnetism. And of course, we've already talked about Yakub playing with steel and putting magnetic in one piece of steel and not in another piece of steel. And so that's what's taking place with the vaccine and more. In Europe, for example, there have been listed officially over 10,000 deaths directly attributed to the vaccine, and hundreds of thousands of injuries in Europe, and similar figures here in the United States. So now your question was, what happens to the unvaccinated person who is in the vicinity, in the same room, in the same environment, in the same workplace, in the same classroom as someone who has been vaccinated? Well, everything that I said happens to the vaccinated person will begin to happen to the unvaccinated person, because in fact they aren't unvaccinated. They inhaled the S protein. I mean, if you want to call that a vaccine, but you inhaled the S protein, or you absorbed it through your skin, or you had contact with body fluids from the vaccinated person. So that means that the S protein, which is infectious, that causes all of the pathophysiology throughout the body, is going to affect you in exactly the same way as a person who actually rolled up their sleeve and got the shot. Now, one other point, I'm talking about the spike protein, but according to Dr. Mikovits, she says not only is the spike protein airborne, see, that's why you have the sniffer dogs now, because they're sniffing what's in the air. But she says that there's a microRNA fragment that is also airborne. So now that would make it even worse. It would be bad enough just to inhale the spike protein, but if you're also inhaling the mRNA, well, that's the alien programming. So I tried to give you a complete answer to your question. The actual answer, what should you do to avoid all of those nasty complications? You have to avoid vaccinated people like the plague, because they are the plague. The disease is not the virus anymore. We thought it was. But the virus was just a carrier, the carrier of the S protein. And so now, with 150 million vaccinated people, you don't need the virus anymore. The vaccine will spread itself.
Fantastic. Very comprehensive.
I mean, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant reporting. You see, I understand. What I'm saying is devastating. Devastating. You see, but there's no easy way to say it, and we have to confront the truth. Now, what I know, recovery rate from the viral infection.
All right, guys. Now check this out. You know, I know YouTube is censoring my videos. I already know that because they already took down a few of them. You see what I'm saying? But I want y'all to know this is serious. This is not a game. This is not a game. Okay? The vaccine was the beginning of this process. It was the carrier. All right. The spike protein is actually the plague. So now they trick people into they airborne the vaccine, and they trick people. In other words, they give you the problem and they created a solution that's worse than the problem, which is the actual problem they were trying to implement in the first place, which is to make sure you take the vaccine. And the vaccine itself is altering your DNA. As you could see, it has this magnetism in it, all right, that could let you be like Magneto in the movie X-Men. You see what I'm saying? So this is the times that we live in right now. So I tell people this has nothing to do with the color of skin. I've been telling y'all this. This is about creating a new world where it's only the have-nots, because it's only the haves, because the have-nots are becoming a liability to the haves. The so-called powers there be. And I call them so-called powers because they ain't got no power over me. You feel me? So if y'all don't realize that we, as a people, I don't care what you look like, it's time for us to stand up and say enough is enough. Okay? We are not going to be your guinea pigs. Okay? We are not going to be your lab rats. It is time to put an end to all this. You feel me? It is really that serious. Okay? Because whether you take it or not, in other words, if you're around people that took the vaccination, you are still going to be infected, because now they are carriers of the plague with the air that they breathe out. You see what I'm saying? And when I told y'all in my build that these people, you're going to see them wake up, because again, the vaccine itself, it has this magnetic, characteristic of it, that they could program them to do things. You see what I'm saying? So they would rather, all of a sudden, you may see a family member start wilding out, killing everybody in the house. You see what I'm saying? Babies that suck in their mother's breast that got vaccinated, they're dying in their mother's arms. Family, this is crazy. And when I say we are living in the end of times, we are not living in the end of times like people were taught in the Bible. No, we are living in the end of time of a certain era where the so-called powers, they have to lose their power. You see what I'm saying? And relinquish that power to the people so the people could govern themselves. But this is their last attempt of controlling people. You feel me? It is not the end of the world. Mother Earth ain't going nowhere, because we created her within from an implosion. This is our physical home, and it ain't going nowhere. As long as we have life, and life is ongoing, there is no such thing as death. Mother Earth will always stand. You see what I'm saying? But we, the children of Mother Earth, we got to stand up and say, nah, we are not going to allow you to destroy us. You feel me? So one of the physical ways that you could avoid the plague is to avoid people who are what? People that are vaccinated. You see what I'm saying? So before it gets to the point where they're going to push this national mandated vaccines, we got to say, nah, we stopping it right now. Get all the fear out the window, because regardless of what, they're going to kill you anyway. So if you're going to die anyway, well, guess what? I'm going to die fighting. Period. And that's the type of mindset we got to have. You see what I'm saying? They cannot outnumber us. It's just a few people that's pushing buttons, trying to control 7 billion people on the planet. That's insane. Because people have been conditioned to be slaves. They have been conditioned to listen to this media. Y'all got to start turning these televisions off. Okay? Get rid of this cable y'all attracted to. Get rid of this binging watching television shows. This is real, man. This is real life. So that's how you protect yourself from this. You have to stay away from vaccinated people. Ain't that a blimp? You see what I'm saying? So now this is about the separation of those that are going to be living, fighting against those that are already walking dead. A real life movie. Now, that's the physical way, which is kind of tough because when you go wherever you go, vaccinated people are out there breathing. You see what I'm saying? But here's the good news in all this. We are gods. You see what I'm saying? We are gods. And now is the time to call on our ancestors. You feel me? Now is the time to call on our ancestors and not the God that they gave us. Because over 400 years, that's been working against our people. It is time that we go back and call our ancestors because we came through them. That's the proof and guarantee that we know we came from another realm because they are our connection to that realm. It is time that we start summoning our ancestors, calling on them for protection because guess what? All that stuff is mental. If you know and you tell yourself and you know that you are God, that no weapons formed against you shall prosper, and no matter what they do, it will not affect you, then it will not affect you. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? You are not the physical body. The physical body is just the host. And you have the power to heal your own body. You have the power to say that that's not going to affect me. You have the power to walk through fire and not be affected. You have the power to walk into a pond filled with disease and come out unaffected. Just so you know the kind of power that you have. So don't allow them to put us in this state of fear. This false evidence appearing real. You feel me? It is time we start walking around as the gods that we are. I don't care what you look like. Everybody is a god, whether you are an ascended god or a fallen god. The bottom line is everyone has an opportunity to step into the Christ. It is really that simple. So we got to stop playing these games, man. We got to stop playing these games with these people that's out here thinking that we are just an experiment, man. You feel me? We got to come together. I don't care if I have to do live calls where we all come together and start summoning our ancestors, man. Then that's what we're going to do because they are using rituals, okay? That's what they are doing. Those are curses, those are spells that they are using. And it's crazy. Man, listen, man. I keep telling y'all, this is not a game, man. This is not a game. And y'all got to stop playing around. All right? Because everything is a distraction. In fact, let me see if I could see if I could find something. Definition. Give me 1 second here, guys, because when I do these things, I don't plan this, all right? I just go off you know, the dome, all right? Let me see. Let me see if I could spell that out. Give me a second here for a second, man, because I'm furious. Okay, give me a second. Keep sharing these videos, please. Okay, keep sharing these videos. Let me see. Let me see. All right, let me share this with y'all. Okay, because a lot of people think this is a game, man. This is not a game. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Guys, do me a favor while I'm looking this up, because like I said, this wasn't pre-planned, so I don't have any notes that I have. I just like to go off of the flow of how I feel, okay? And a sister sent me that information, and I felt it imperative to share it with y'all. So let me see if I could find something here real quick. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to see. Where is that at? Give me a second. But in the meantime, if y'all could share this, I would appreciate this. Please, please, please. Don't go anywhere, family. Just bear with me for a second. Okay, because I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see this. Let me see if I can find this. I know I got it somewhere, man. All righty. If I can't find it, it's okay. But I'm going to show y'all something. Okay, all righty. Let me share my screen. Okay, let me share my screen. Share my screen. Look at this, right? Look at this. This is COVID spelled backwards. And I know y'all probably seen this on the internet. And a lot of times people think that people are conspiracy theorists. No, we are not conspiracy theorists. Okay? We are not conspiracy theorists. We are just not blinded. Okay? We are not blinded and we are not gullible because everything is done in the open. Everything is done in the open. Now, look at the definition of COVID spelled backwards. Okay? COVID spelled backwards. Divok. Divok is a term derived from the Hebrew word daibuk, which is an evil spirit capable of possessing other creatures and is believed to be the suffering soul of what? The dead. Okay? The daibug is the soul of an evil person whose soul wants to invade the punishment and tries to stay on its dimension by possessing another body. That's what they did. They put the soul of an evil spirit in you. Okay? By putting that COVID in the air. Because remember, the world, everything we see is upside down. Everything is backwards. You feel what I'm saying? That's why when you look at how we see things, the pupil, okay, or the iris, when it reflects what we see, okay, it converts it upside down. So basically, what we are seeing, we are living in a world that's flipped upside down. So everything is reversed, okay, to take us in another realm of existence. I hope that makes sense. So everything has to be done in backwards. That's why God, the spell backwards is dog. Okay? You feel me? Y'all got to see what I'm talking about, family. Y'all got to see what I'm talking about. That's why love spelled backwards is evil. You feel me? So the definition of COVID spelled backwards is divok, a term derived from the Hebrew word daibuk or daibuk, which is an evil spirit capable of possessing other creatures and is believed to be suffering soul of the dead. Okay? Those are rituals that they are doing, human sacrifices, okay, to their evil spirits. The daibuk or daibuk is the soul of an evil person whose soul wants to what? Evade the punishment and tries to stay on this dimension by possessing another body. Try to evade. You see, that person whose soul wants to evade punishment. In other words, all the souls, okay, to avoid their karma, what they are doing, they're taking the spirits and souls of these people so that they will not face their karma. In other words, they will not face their judgment, and they got to put them in human beings. Man, y'all don't understand how sick this is. And all I could do is just give y'all the information, man. All I could give it to you is just give it to you. Now, love. Okay, love spelled backwards is E-V-O-L, evil. Okay, now look at lived. Lived. Okay, lived spelled backwards is what? Devil. You see what I'm saying? Everything is, they switch it backwards, man. You feel me? Because y'all don't realize what's going on. And you cannot take that to religious people because they, oh, well, no, you crazy. Oh, no, it's blasphemous. Oh, it's not in the Bible. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all better wake up and see what's going on and give these people back their religions. All right. And look for things as what it is. Because they don't want, you see, for you to have lived, you would have had to experience the devil. That's what they're telling you. Because the past tense of live is lived. So you would have to have lived. If you're living, you will not experience the devil. Because living is part of life. Okay? You did. But you would have had to have lived in order to tell somebody you experienced the devil. Okay? You would have to learn to love, experience love to experience evil. Man, listen, y'all think this is a game, man. Y'all think this is a game. I don't know. Y'all think this is a game. This is not a game, fam. This is not a game. So I'm asking y'all, how long are you going to wait around to be guinea pigs of these people? That's what I want to know. And I'm trying to find something here, man. I'm trying to find something here, and I know I have it. I just can't pinpoint it right now. I know I got it, man. I know I got it. Okay? I know I got it. Let me see. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Let me see. Give me a second here, family. Like I said, if I cannot find it, then it's all right. If I can't find it, it's cool. It's cool. Truly, yes, standing here, not taste, I'm trying to see if I could find this. It's you know what? While you guys are actually on here, let me see if I could just pull it up myself. Give me 1 second, family, please. Now, somebody asked, do you believe focusing on this is manifesting it even more? Yes, absolutely. You know why? Because people don't realize that everything that's happening outside of you is something that's happening within, that manifests first within you. That's why we did not come from a Big Bang theory. A Big Bang theory was the result, okay, of a big internal explosion. In other words, an implosion. We created the universe from an implosion, not an explosion. It was really what was within us, in our thoughts, okay, that was manifested outside of us. That's why we created this universe. So anything that you internalize, that's why they have to keep pushing the fear, pushing the propaganda. Every time you turn around, CNN, NBC, all those news. That's why I tell people, turn these TVs off, man. Turn these TVs off. And as parents, as people, we have to take control of our homes. Cut off the cable, man. This is some serious times. Because a couple of things are going to happen. You're cutting off the programming. That's number one. And number two, you're not paying a bill anymore. You see, we got to get serious with this. Man, listen, I haven't had a TV for over 10, almost 15 years. You see what I'm saying? Once in a while, if I go by a family, a friend, or whatever, and there's a TV, I look for certain things and look for certain messages. But me personally, I haven't had a TV for over 10 years because I know it's programming. I don't want that to be part of my reality. You see, everything, my reality is what I create. You dig? So by having people focus on that consciously and continuously pounding and pounding and pounding, it becomes subconscious. And once it becomes subconscious is where it's planted in the soil. Don't forget that the subconscious mind is the soil. And any seed that you plant in the subconscious mind, it has a potential to grow. You feel me? So the conscious mind is the farmer. The conscious mind is the farmer, and the farmer looks for the seeds, which is outside influences, outside thoughts, outside ideologies, outside concepts. Those are the seeds that's being taken and planted in the subconscious mind, which is the soil. And might I add, very fertile soil. So therefore, it becomes your reality. It becomes the fruit that your garden produces. You see what I'm saying? Your conscious mind is the garden. Your subconscious mind is the Garden of Eden. Okay? The land of bountiful, the land of plentiful, the land of I have no needs, I have no wants. But if you take seeds, you see what I'm saying? When you got kicked out of the garden, it meant what? Being kicked out of the garden, one of the metaphysical meanings is that you became conscious. That's you coming out of the Garden of Eden. You dig? because the conscious mind started to know about right and wrong. So that was free will. The subconscious mind has, not the subconscious mind, pardon me. The conscious mind has free will, but the subconscious mind, it just is. There is no free will. It's just existence. Man, I keep telling y'all, the universe gave me these things. Nobody taught me that. Those things came from within me, taking the time to go ahead and be still and asking for guidance, asking for directions. But you have to be careful with the seeds that you plant, family. All right. Now I'm trying to find this here. Give me a second, man. I'm trying to find this here. Let me see. Trying to see if I could find this. Is it one? Give me a second here, man. I gotta find this for y'all. I gotta find this for y'all. I got to. Let me see. All right. Let me see if I could find this. Give me 1 second here, family. Let me see. It says 9-1 and spirit protection over the good that would sustain them. They care for the sick and ministers to the hurting. I know it was in the book of Psalms. All right. I know it was in the book of Psalms, but for some reason I can't find it. Anyway, maybe when I find it, I will tell you. Okay. And basically, it's the so-called Bible giving a revelation. But what a lot of people don't realize, that was all instituted by man. Okay. I tell people the Bible is a blueprint. Okay. The Bible is a blueprint that was created by man. You feel me? To make their agenda become prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Because for you to believe in a God that would constantly be hurting babies, killing babies, children are getting raped, then something got to be wrong with you mentally. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you turn around in the same breath and tell me God is good all the time. So obviously something is wrong with your Bible, God. But you see, people won't get that. You did. Now, somebody said, I do have a TV, but only for my computer screen. I have had cable since that I didn't know about C word till a friend told me about that. I mean, it's cool. When I say get rid of the television, I'm talking about from the programming. There's nothing wrong in having a TV screen, okay, to do what you got to do. I mean, you could have a TV screen and connect it to YouTube, okay, and looking at information that's going to build you. There's nothing, it's just a screen. But I'm talking about the programming. Get rid of those programmings in your home, okay? It is time that we start taking control of our homes and making sure our children are not open to these poisons. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they created statutes where we cannot, correct our children in our home. Because they know what they're doing. Family, this is real, man. This is real. But I'm here to tell you, you could protect yourself a couple of ways physically. Number one, continue to build your immune system. You got to start, you got to literally start, okay, hydrating your body with herbs. What herbs? That's a whole different story. All right. But you got to do that. That's number one. Number two, stay away from people who are vaccinated. Now, this is where you separate the wheat from the shaft, or whatever term that they use. In other words, this is where you decide, man, listen, I'm going to have to walk away from my family because they are gone. They are gone, or else they're going to take me with them. I know it's hard. I know it's tough, but family, we cannot save people that don't want to be saved. We cannot do that. And even on the way to safety, a lot of people are going to turn back. Let me give you another allegorical story that I use all the time. Look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, like I tell people, whether you believe it's true, it doesn't matter. My question is, did you get the message? All right, and I've reiterated that story many times in my videos. Okay, and I'm going to paraphrase. When the God in the Bible said, hey, listen, I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for the immoral ways. Okay? Lot said, listen, if I could find 100 men within the city that's righteous, can you do me a favor and save the city? The God in the Bible said, yes, I will. Lot went all around, couldn't find 100 people. It came down to 80. It came down to 50. It came down to 10. And again, I'm paraphrasing. Lot couldn't find 10 righteous people. The Bible God said, listen, man, let's stop playing these games. If you could only find one righteous man or woman other than your family, I'm going to save the entire city. In other words, one other righteous individual could have saved everybody else, whether they were moral or not. Lot couldn't find one other individual. So the deal was, you and your family get to be saved, but there's one condition. On your way out, don't turn back. In other words, you got a way out, don't turn back. They were on their way out because the city caught on fire. They were on their way out, and guess what? The wife turned back. So what is the moral of the story here? What is the relevance of this story? Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot save people who don't want to be saved. Even on the way to freedom, they're going to turn back. Now, Lot could have easily turned back and go save his wife. That was already doomed. Guess what? He wouldn't have lived to tell the story. You did. So all I'm just saying is we cannot save everybody. Okay? People have free will and they're going to make their own choices because they are blind. You see what I'm saying? No matter what signs you show them, they will not see it. No matter what you tell them, they will not hear it. And that's why the allegorical Jesus said again, and I keep saying allegorical because I know it wasn't a real man. Now, whether you say Yeshua, I don't care what you say. It don't make a difference. They're just different names for a persona that was created within a certain era. But it was to exemplify, okay, what man and so-called woman is supposed to go through in their life. All the temptations and going through all that, it tells you that if you stay on a certain path, okay, then guess what? You will become the Christ. You see what I'm saying? So going back to my point of the allegorical Jesus, he's saying that many of them have eyes, but they can't see. They have ears, but they can't hear. Why is he telling you that? He's telling you that because even if the majority of the people, they got eyes and ears, but they cannot see and hear. Why? Because they are spiritually dead. And when Jesus, the allegorical Jesus or Yeshua, whatever you want to call it, Zeus, Heru, it doesn't matter. Mithra, it doesn't matter. The point is, when he was raising people from the dead, it wasn't people who were dead physically. It was people who were dead spiritually. And that's why I tell people, they don't even know that in this day and age, I'm one of the Christ. Because I'm here to wake you up spiritually, give you life. Nobody could save the flesh. Once the flesh is gone, nobody could raise it from the dead. It's done. But you see, these ministers wouldn't tell you the truth. Because why? They want to keep you spiritually dead. They're doing the opposite of what Jesus taught. I don't think y'all ready for this kind of church. And guess what? It's Sunday because the sun is out where I'm at. It's always Sunday because my lights are always on. Family, it is time, man. It is time to start calling on our ancestors. All right? Stop asking them to rest in peace. You see what I'm saying? You are asking them to be dormant. You see what I'm saying? And they're not going to come help us. Why? Because we got free will. You got to summon them. You got to evoke them. After all, that's what God really means. It means to evoke, to pour libation. So if you want to express God, you got to call on your ancestors. Because they were the gods that came before us. So I say nothing that these people put out there in the air, it cannot affect me, man. Because I ain't giving that power over me. Period. That is not my reality. You see what I'm saying? I don't get caught up with the fear. I know I'm a God. They will not break me. Now, man, listen, man. Y'all better start raising your vibrations and y'all frequencies, man. Like for real, for real. Okay? And how do you do that? Is what you put into, Okay, your thoughts is what you put into your thoughts will manifest in the flesh. Why? Because in the beginning was the word. What are words? Words are unspoken thoughts. So whatever you put in your thoughts, it become the word, and then the word become flesh. So everything that you are, everything that you've been, everything that you will be is because you perceived it in your mind. You dig. You call yourself a minority, that's what's going to happen. You tell yourself that you're broke, that's what's going to happen. You tell yourself that you're poor, that's what's going to happen. You tell yourself that you are black, that's what you became. And that's the curse that you accepted. But when you tell yourself, I'm immortal, okay? I am powerful. I am great beyond measures. I am limitless. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. These people have no power over me. You see what I'm saying? And my ancestors and the universe will provide and prepare a table before me in the midst of my enemies, and they will bow before me. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all just don't know how powerful y'all are. That's why when they come and they step to me, they know the energy. They already know I'm a God. They know I'm a king. That's why I don't experience what black people experience. When they talk about the police, I don't even know what that means because I don't experience these things. When they pull me over, they know. I don't even have to talk. I don't even have to, to get loud and be obnoxious. I don't have to do that. The calmness in me, the confidence in me, the God that I exude, they know that this is a different man. And we all have that capability of being that. But first, you got to find the kingdom of heaven. Where's the kingdom of heaven? The kingdom of heaven is within you. Too many of you are out there looking for heaven in the sky, looking for something to drop. Let me tell you what's going to drop. Okay? Exactly what they put in the air is going to drop. And if you fall for the okie dokes, that's what you're doing. You're serving false gods, looking for a God outside of yourself. You want to find God? Look in the mirror. That's who God is. Look in the mirror. And if you accept that you are a God of limitations, then you will be a God of limitations. You see what I'm saying? Don't get confused with the temple of the God in you to it being the God. It is not the God. The flesh is not you. You have always existed. That little voice that's in you, no matter you close your mouth and you hear it speak, that has always existed. It doesn't have an end and it doesn't have a beginning. You always were, and therefore you always will. You see what I'm saying? And like I said before, everyone around you, your YouTube scholars, your Facebook scholars, all of them, they're always reaching to you because they want something. No matter what they tell you, they always want you to give them something in the end. I don't want nothing from you. In fact, I'm pouring onto you. Like I told y'all before, I want to teach y'all how to be financially independent of the society. And I know the ways. I know the hows. Like I told y'all before, man, I'm not here to toot my horn or nothing like that. But one day, y'all going to realize who Chief Kalinago was. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. And that's why it said, the Christ will be among you, and you will not know who the Christ is. I'm not saying I'm the only Christ. No, we all have a potential to be the Christ. The only thing is I have attained that. But I had to go through the crucifixion. I've been there. You see what I'm saying? I've already summoned my disciples. Your disciples is your 12 faculties in your mind. I've already awakened them. I've already trained them to follow me. I've already had the internal baptism. That's why I rose to being the Christ. We all got to carry our cross, family. And you have to know. That's why I am the way that I am. I don't lie. I don't steal. I don't cheat. I don't do none of that. You see what I'm saying? Because that was Jesus. Jesus and the Christ are two different individuals. Jesus was a man that was flawed, just like any human being, but they will not teach you that. Jesus had to learn perfection to become the Christ. And how he had to do that? He had to activate his disciples, those 12 faculties in his mind. Teach them how to follow him so that they could become fishers of men. Go out there, in other words, and teach people how to do the same thing. Y'all want the breakdown of what it is? Here's the breakdown of what it is in essence, in a nutshell. So it doesn't matter what you call the entity. It doesn't matter. The question is, did you get the message? Did you get the message? And these people know, once we say, hey, we had enough of the distractions. We had enough of the illusions. We know who we are. We're going to stop fighting each other. I'm telling you, it's done. It is done. There's nothing they can do. Because to create artificial intelligence, you have to use intelligence. So everything that's destroying you, it came from you. And you're promoting it. You see what I'm saying? Nobody forces you to listen to music every time it's another man have to kill another man, kill a brother, kill a sister. Nobody forced you to listen to music calling our women female dogs, but you choose to do that. You made that choice. It's a conscious choice that you made. And now it becomes part of your reality. And now you're desensitized to our women being female dogs to the point where they accepted it. So now it's fashioned for our women to be female dogs. Not realizing when you disrespect the woman, you disrespect the entire human race. Because they are the portals that we came from. I have never seen a baby come from a man, but yet still we live in a man's world. Again, an illusion. It's an illusion. So we have to start protecting and uplifting our women, letting them know that they are gods. And not that they are the only God, because you have some fools out there promoting that. Oh, well, the so-called black woman is God. So what happened to the so-called black man? What is he, the devil? You see, those are fools looking for likes. You see what I'm saying? And looking for gullible people. The essence of God cannot exist without its entirety. You see what I'm saying? And not just the so-called black man or so-called black woman is God. No, everything is God. The tree that you see, the little bug that you see, the rock, even the rock that cannot hear and speak, it is God. You see what I'm saying? We are just characteristics of the essence of what we call God. And we are the highest form of that expression. Well, supposedly. Because it looked like animals got more sense than us. Animals aren't paying rent. They ain't buying food. You did. You see what I'm saying? So it's not energy. It is intelligence. You see, energy is the way that the intelligence is manifested. So it's not all energy. It is all intelligence. You see, I have to put those things in perspective. You feel me? It's intelligence. We came from intelligence because we are the intelligence. Why do you think there's no such thing as artificial energy? Because we did not come from energy. You see what I'm saying? Energy is the way that we flow, that we communicate, that we transform, that we evolve, that we move. That's what energy is. Energy is what, another word for energy is what? Current, currency is the way that we flow. That's what energy is. But intelligence is all there had been. Intelligence, just one word to simply describe what God is. Intelligence. And that's what we are. And as long as you could keep manifesting those things, your affirmation should be every time you rise, I am intelligent. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am amazing. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. My enemies will bow before me. My ancestors, the universe will provide a table in the midst of my enemies. So when you're able to walk into the lion's den, the lions will bow to you. When you're able to walk through the fire, you will come out untouched because you know that you are God. You dig? Your power comes from within you, not from nobody else. You see what I'm saying? You should not need a third party to go to the source, because why? You are a direct extension of the source. Let me ask you a question. You see me? When I speak, man, you see, when I speak, I put things out there in the perspective that anybody could comprehend or understand the things that I say. You feel me? Look at the ocean. Let us say the ocean is the body of intelligence. Let's say the ocean is what we call God. What do you see every stream and every river does? It finds its way to the ocean. You see what I'm saying? It don't depend on an outside source. No. Water finds its way to go to the ocean. That's why Bruce Lee said, be like water, my friends. But a lot of you are stagnant. You are water, but you don't know this. You are stagnant in your thoughts. You are stagnant in your actions. You are stagnant in the things that you manifest in your life. You are stagnant. You don't want to be like the flow. You don't want to be the current that you are. You don't want to be the energy. So you allow other people to control your currency. That's why you have banks. You dig? So the commercial world is controlling you, and you don't realize what's going on. All that stuff is spiritual. So be like water. Water will always find its way through the ocean. Always find its way through the ocean. It's not depending on Jesus. No. So why are you being taught you have to depend on a third party to get to the source? No. You got to find your way. Hence, it says, God help those who help themselves. You see what I'm saying? And I could prove it again. When the allegorical Jesus had to be crucified, there was people who was helping him carry the cross, but he said, no, I got to carry my cross. I appreciate you, Peter. I appreciate you, Simon, but now this is my burden. I got to carry my own cross. Let me find my way back to the source. So why is religion teaching you that you have to depend on somebody to do it for you? No, you will never get there. I know I kind of diverted from what I first started with, but you know what? When I flow, I just flow, man. So with that being said, protect yourself. Anybody who got a vaccination card, stay away from these people. And what I would suggest is, because that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of those masks. Okay, not those paper masks or those surgical masks. They don't stop nothing. I'm going to get one of those real oxygen masks, and I'll be walking around like I'm in a real, a scientific experiment. All right? We got to find some way, all right, to still protect ourselves physically. You see what I'm saying? But when it all boils down to anything, we have to be spiritually so-called inclined and connected and know that this body is protected. All right? So, family, we got a journey ahead of us. We are in trying times. You know, when they speak of, we in the last days, yes, we are in the last days, based on the concept of the Bible, but not in the way you think it is. It's not the last days, meaning that the earth is going to end. No, it's the last days of Babylon. That's what they will not tell you. It's the last days of churches contracting with commerce. It's the last days of that, because people are tired of that. You see, it is something spiritual. It is something internal. And all that was predicted based on what? On the ages. The Aquarian age, where everybody's going to rise to realize that they are the God. And then followed by the age of Capricorn, where we're going to create the heaven on earth. You see, heaven and hell is right here. Hell is not a place in fire, or where you're a devil with a pitchfork sitting around drinking some Kool-Aid talking about, yeah, we got you. No. That don't exist. That's the fairy tale. Hell is what you experience. You see what I'm saying? When Jesus, the allegorical Jesus, came and walked through earth and was born in earth, that's hell. You did. But he had to ascend into the Christ to step into heaven. But first, he had to go within himself to pull everything out of him to become the Christ. All right, guys. So I've been on here for almost an hour now. I'm about to conclude this call. And man, I just hope y'all realize the severity of what we are dealing with right now. Okay? We are fighting spiritualities and principalities and powers. That's the war that we are fighting right now. But don't despair. Our ancestors are here with us. But we got to call on them. Okay? We got to call on them. That's why they gave you all these false gods to call on. But at the same time, they tell you what? Honor your mothers and fathers. You see the contradiction? We got to call on them. They are still here. We just got to activate them because we are the best of them. Why do you think? And I showed you before, all right? When I show this to these religious people, that Jesus said what? You could go ahead and do greater things than I am. When I tell them I'm greater than Jesus, they look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like it's blasphemy, but it's in the Bible. Explain that to me. All of a sudden, they run with their tail between their legs. They start calling me the devil. Oh, you blasphemy. No, but it's in the Bible. I'm showing it to you. And this is not an attack on religious people. This is all I'm just saying is have a true understanding of what the book is and what it's talking about. Because a lot of people worship Jesus, but Jesus wasn't meant to be worshipped. You see what I'm saying? Jesus didn't have no religion because Jesus was a concept and a persona was given to him and manifested in the flesh. You see what I'm saying? It was a blueprint, a guide that every individual would be so-called Jesus. And every individual have the potential of becoming the Christ. Man, let me see if I could go ahead and show you this again. Because like I said, I like to show things because I like to prove the things that I show. Okay? So you know I'm not just talking about it. And I'm going to leave you with this. Okay? For all you religious people that want to condemn the things that I say, I'm using your own book to show it to you. Your pastor may tell you otherwise, but that's because he has a contract with the government. Okay? He has a 501c3. You did. But let us look at this real quick. All right? This is John 14:12. And Jesus said, Verily, truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me, in other words, whoever believes in the flesh, Jesus, the potential that Jesus has, right, will do the works I have been doing. In other words, it is our obligation to carry on and do the work that Jesus did. That's why Jesus had to what? Jesus had to, evoke, all right, and bring to life his disciples so that they could be fisher of men. And we all have to do the same thing. And he also said, and they will do even greater things than this because I am going to the Father. So Jesus went back to the source. Jesus went back to intelligence and he said, listen, I am giving you the baton so that you will be able to do greater things than I am. That's why I'm here to tell you today I'm greater than Jesus because I know who I am. Now let any pastor, like I said, let any one of them come talk to me. Any one of them. Let's have a live discussion on YouTube, television. I don't care where it is. And let's talk. Let's put the truth out there. I promise you, none of them will take that challenge, not even for $1 million. Even if I paid them $1 million. Because they signed a contract to keep the people spiritually dead. That is the biggest price that you are paying. That's it. They're preventing you from ascending into the Christ. They want to keep you in your Jesus state. And the Jesus state and the Christ state, guess what? It is all mental. That's why they're here to govern your mental. With that being said, you guys have a great continuation. We got work to do. I love y'all. We'll talk soon.